Hey, welcome back to Freedom Algo. So today it looks like we have ourselves sort of a bearish channel type of day. Now, originally I thought this was more of a range day, but as time progressed, you couldn't really ignore the bearish channel that was in play. Down here, it actually is starting to look like there is more of a range. I had this line drawn over here as kind of a possible resistance, but really what it is to me it looks like it's just like a bearish, wider bearish channel. I kind of had it drawn a little tighter earlier, something like this, but it fits the price action pretty decently a few different ways. Either way, we're still looking for a new low if this channel is going down, so I'm still thinking it's bearish. And so you can kind of see that we are breaking down here. We are looking for a new low. So what we had here was an up channel, there was a down channel here, and then the first trade that I see today is over here. So after this move down, there's a new low here, and there's actually a first entry, second entry short. It's a matching high. It's not the best setup, but it is there, and there's possible up channels, so it's not perfect, but there was a down channel as well. So I think that the down channel had been respected a few times. So if you took that, it works. But it ends up closing outside here and moving up. And then we end up in this sort of sideways range. And what we actually have here is a triple test off the low that's a higher low. It's still within this down channel, but it's a bit bullish bar. It's a triple test. You're playing the range rules there. So if you took that, it works. And then this one, you get a close outside and a new high all at once. I took this one live while I was talking to the mentorship group, and that was a good one. I did end up taking a loss today, so I'll show that one as well. And then down here, there's a win, which would be, we had basically, there was kind of some support down here like this. But basically what we had here was, as we came down and we broke down, originally I had the range lows drawn there, and then it bounced here, and it was actually a first entry, second entry short that failed. So it's kind of like a higher low and a failed second entry short that was a failed breakout of the original range. And then right here we got another one that was also another just like triple test, basically a higher low. So another reasonable one too. And that was just because it was a failing to break out. And then finally it did break down, and so then it looked like a bearish trend. Now here's where I took a loss. I pointed to the arrow. You actually could have taken this the other way. And so I got trapped here because what I was thinking originally was I was actually thinking that there was a tighter channel here. Um, Something like this. And that this was a first entry, second entry short that had a matching high, so that like it was going to just reject down because we were in this bearish downtrend. But what I didn't realize was that the channel was actually a little bit wider, and it was actually a wide uptrend channel. So I actually shorted. It ticked down, filled me, and then I took a loss there. And I had some weird data issue that happened while it happened there. I had to reload all my data. It was like there was something weird that happened there. So, but I did end up taking a loss on that one. It was a second entry short, but it was not a good trade because I should have been aware of the possibility of a wider channel coming up after that move and of a failed breakout of the original range, and maybe it was going to try to come back in, which is exactly what it did. You then get a close outside here, move to a new high. It then gets bearish. There's nothing really there. There is a trade set up over here because at this point we were getting this here where it kept rejecting here. So this is kind of like a triple test off this blue line, really bearish bar. It then makes a new low on all of this movement, but we don't get a new low overall. And so now you got to start to think that maybe there is just a range that's playing out here because at this point you're not getting a new low on the wider channel. So what I'm starting to look at here is a possibility that maybe it's something like, you could even draw it off. That's probably not quite right, but let's just see. So we'll draw it. It's possible that we actually have a range, the midline, something like this could be in play. It could also be a little higher, maybe those closes right there. So I have this blue line here just because we keep rejecting that level. Yeah, so that was interesting. So maybe we keep it probably like right here. and we let it play out and we see what it ends up giving us here. And again, the lows, hard to say exactly where the lows are for this range, if this range is in play. Could be maybe right there, could be lower, could be one of these areas. So we just got to wait and see. But there's kind of a range now with some inconsistent levels. Overall, that bearish trend did break, and you would expect possibly a new low. We never quite got that measured move, so that would be my target if it does come down. But that's pretty much it for the day, and I'll be back on Tuesday with the chart lessons because I'll be traveling. But anyway, hope you guys all have a good one.